This weekend at GingerMan Raceway in South Haven, Michigan, our Daytona 500 for GRIDLIFE. This is our biggest event of the weekend. This is our biggest event of the year. It is time to put on a show for race number 4 for our GRIDLIFE Touring Cup Series. Single class sprint racing from a club track in Western Michigan. This is our biggest show that we have all season long, and I'm alongside Cerise Taylor from FCP Euro. I'm Kyle Heyer. Cerise, welcome back. We are about a half a pace lap into our 2 pace lap warm up here before we turn the field loose with an inverted starting grid here for the top group of cars. We'll get to that shortly, Cerise, but welcome back.
Wow, I'm happy to be here. And you guys, okay, there you go. I was going to say, I wish you guys could see the smile on my face. This is obviously my favorite part of the race and the weekend. This is what we've been working up to. These folks are just out here ready to send it and make sure that they prove themselves out on track. So we're going to see hopefully some really clean driving. We saw a little bit of drama last time, and let's try to avoid that.
Yeah, let's try to keep that clean and dandy on the racetrack. Well, this coverage of GRIDLIFE Midwest Festival is powered by Hyundai N. Hyundai N, never just drive. And Falcon, the official tire of GRIDLIFE Track Battle. On track now, pacing the field is a Lamborghini. Welcome back. I'm really excited about the pace car here again. We have a pace car contest to select on our Instagram page, and out front right now, look at that.
So spicy looking. A little spicy mustard out on track. You know, everybody likes that on Look Lizzie. Here we go. This is one of my favorite perspectives too. I don't know, like we know that there's a function to their form, and they're taking, you know, the time to get the heat evenly dispersed in the tires. But I just really like the perspective. I just think it's very oddly satisfying. You know, those videos that you watch on TikTok and, you know, everything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, race 4, I mentioned earlier, has an invert. That invert was 8. So Jeremy Swenson, that won race 3 under yellow, he will start in row number 4. That promotes Zach Lavoie to the top of the board. Zach Lavoie has never won a race in GLTC. Austin Hurdle has never won a race in GLTC. Eric Jensen has won GLTC race. Matan Rosenberg has never won a GLTC race. Matt Walbaum has only won a handful. You have to get back to Eric Cattell to find where there has been a consistent race winner in this field. So this could be a major upset race. As far as the race weekend goes, Jeremy Swenson will be leading those standings with a second and 2 first. He's almost clinched it, but he has to finish out this race in a good spot. Can't make any mistakes.
Yep.
But as far as the front 5 are concerned, there could be a driver that wins their first GLTC race on the biggest stage of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, Luke McGrew starting in 7. I know that he was probably deeply upset earlier today, but you know, if he could come back and reclaim that position, at least get back up with his boy Jeremy and you know, give him a run for his money, I think that's going to be a really good show for us today.
It is going to be a great show. We know that. But
yeah.
Again, Zach Lavoie out of that number 42. Austin Hurdle out of Indiana will start alongside him. Eric Jensen out of Trophy Club Texas starts 3rd. Matan Rosenberg out of the Cleveland area will start in 4th. Rosenberg coming up on his 19th birthday amongst a lot of experience around him in grassroots racing, Cerise. This field 50 cars strong. Men and women from across the country have towed here to the biggest event of the year for GRIDLIFE. This, I said it over and over and over again, that this makes every other event look like a small affair, and they are not as far as grassroots racing goes. But you know, we're not going to be pouring milk over anybody. It's not the Indy 500, but Cerise, this is special.
It is
to win
special
this race. This is a big one.
It means a lot. And when you are as integrated into this community as a lot of these top drivers are, these are your people. So it is not only just for you folks at home in the community that's supporting all over the country, but it really is a part of being here and being present. So they've worked very hard, and they're ready to come out and prove it. We have this one, then we're in the next couple, you know, big events that we have are going to be Mid-Ohio and Laguna. And so I'm sure they're looking forward to that, but they're present here.
And Circuit Legends. Don't forget about your home event at Lime Rock Park, Cerise.
I know, you're absolutely right. And we're very excited for that. And I hope that everybody who here is watching can make it out and come support the homies. So here we go. We got two cars wide? 3 cars in the front.
2 by 2 for the start of this race, and it's going to be 25 rows deep of cars.
All
We've got everybody back to
quick math.
Yeah, James Houghton was going to start tail of the field. Remember, he had that technical issue that dropped him back, so his weekend effectively decimated by that mechanical problem.
Right.
He's going to have a lot of work to do in this race to steal decent points, but pace car pulls off, Cerise. Pull those belts tight, boys and girls. We're going racing at GingerMan Raceway. Year 10 of Midwest Festival, year 5 of GLTC. Hundreds of races down, but this one is the biggest, the most important. In front of a sellout crowd, this is the biggest field of competitors we've had here and the biggest crowd we've ever had. Green flag into turn 1, Zach Lavoie on the inside, Austin Hurdle on the outside, 3 wide behind him, Marchev, and the Acura Integra of Ronnie Vidoc, Joel Morrison. They did 3 wide without touching. Now through turn 2, they're still side by side for second on back. What a frantic start. Look at Cattell Eric Cadell slots to third. Cerise, could he charge through and win his first race back since his new build back last August?
There is a different amount of energy out here. People are really going to get hairy. They're going to get on people's bumpers, and they're going to keep pushing the limits. Look at that. We got wall bomb coming up.
And Eric Jensen just ahead
Applying
of him.
Pressure.
Oh boy, and again, the two drivers out front have never won a GLTC race. Cadell has won dozens,
Yeah.
but it was years ago. He hasn't won since back at Midwest Fest Race 4 in 2021. It's a long winless drought for Eric Cadell, and how much would he love to end it here today? Look at Wallbaum on the outside of Jensen for position. And look at Swenson lingering
he's coming
there.
in. He wants it.
And what it would mean for Swenson to win another weekend, but for everyone else ahead of him, this is a bigger deal.
It's going to be
never
a fight.
won.
He's going to have to be really aggressive on the braking zones, and he's going to have to make sure he plans himself exactly where he wants to if he's going to progress in this heat right here.
Rosenberg's gone backwards. It's Ronnie Vidoc alongside him now. I see Andrew Rains, Joel Morrison. Lena Chin's up here battling for position. What a drive for her in the early moments of this race. That kind of powder blue S2000. At the end of lap number 1, though, it is Zach Lavoie clinging to the top spot. Look at Ronnie Vidoc side by side with Rosenberg and Luke McGrew watching from behind. These two came together at Carolina Motorsports Park. They both accepted fault. They both race each other with so much respect, and they're door-to-door again.
Oh, I'm really proud of Zach right now. I'm sorry, I'm really proud of him. Last time when they were doing their single laps, he was holding that position for at least four of the runs. So.
Oh, Rosenberg's way offline in turn 2. Marchev and Luke McGrew want to pounce on him, and for 4th place, or 3rd make that. Matt Wallbaum is hounding the back of Cadell, who's on the back of Austin Hurdle. None of the front 2 have won a GLTC race, and for Cadell and Jensen in 3rd and 5th, it has been a very long time, both 2 years ago. But Wallbaum, most recently a winner at Watkins Glen, his teammate leads the way, and it's getting tighter for the top spot. Side by side behind him, Marchev, Colton Wade. Look at Joel Morrison, Andrew Rains into the mix. This is wild stuff here, Cerise.
Yep.
Oh, car off.
A little bit of a dirt drop.
Is that Luke that dropped a tire, Cerise? You got to keep the car on the road. Look at this battle for the top 5. This is unbelievable. Zach Lavoie having them all in the mirror. Austin Hurdle is the cork in the bottle here as the pressure is building.
He's keeping his line really tight, too. Just notice where he's hitting the apexes when he's coming in. He's really keeping it dialed in, and that's amazing to watch, either both from on track or off track. Now, here we go. These two basically twins out here.
Yeah, Rosenberg and McGrew, they've had a lot of battles. Look at this, side by side for second now.
Oh,
Cadell throttling up, drag race to turn 11.
He's coming away. This is incredible. So you have these three in the pack right now. They all want to come for Zach.
They're all trying to get to Zach, but you got to get by Hurdle first. Cadell later on the brakes than the 34 of Austin Hurdle. Huge differences, almost 1,000 pounds between those two cars. Cadell through to second place, and here comes Waldbaum now looking for 3rd on the side of that 34 car. This is drama here. Big news. If Lavoie could win this race, he'd steal a victory in GLTC. This is huge for him.
This is huge for him. And just notice, Cadell's car is so planted to the ground. You're going to see sparks, and that is keeping his center of gravity as low as possible so that he can make sure to really corner appropriately.
And to keep the aero from stalling out. If you let the aero hit the ground, the air won't get under the car, so you have titanium rub blocks to keep the splitter a certain height off the ground, sparking wildly, but that's doing what it's supposed and designed to do.
Thank you for that context. I appreciate it.
1, 2, 3. Zach Lavoie, Eric Cadell, and Matt Waldbaum. This is GLTC Race 4 from GridLife Midwest, our biggest race of the year. There's Tony Marchev, Luke McGrew, Colton Wade, and now for the lead. Here comes Eric Cadell in a rebuilt car.
Oh!
To the outside at turn 7. Here comes Eric in the
iRacing
EG.
steal?
He's got it.
Oh!
Lavoie's got a problem. Zach Lavoie's slow.
No. Oh no. Okay, well we have Waldbaum right behind him.
So now the 482 car to the top spot. Waldbaum to second. Eric Jensen, a huge slide behind. Hope he kept it on track there in the number 184. But Zach Lavoie with a problem while leading the race. He had the top spot, Cerise, but it's all gone away, and now it is a classic S2000 versus Civic battle. We've seen it many times before in GLTC with 7 minutes to go.
And we know we're talking about this in the last session. The S2000s versus like the Corvettes, the top end speed is going to cause potential overheating problems. So we hope that that's not the issue. If it is, it could be manageable. So long as we don't have any fluids drop on the track today, we're going to have a really healthy race, as you can see already. Look
at Jeremy Swenson in behind Austin Hurdle. This is what would have been a podium spot for the 34, but it's slipping away in the closing laps of this one. Cadell leading. He has not really had the lead in months. Think of how this car was upside down on the side of a Tennessee highway, rebounded for a podium at Watkins Glen, but he has still not tasted victory since his return at Mid-Ohio last season after crashing, vying for the championship at Road America in 2021. And Waldbaum, his only goal is to take away that glory from him today.
Yeah.
They're good friends off the racetrack, Cerise, but it's game on up front.
Absolutely. Now that we have Catil on the front, this feels like a different race now. This feels like there's a new energy that's been brought into this session. So we're just going to see who takes this. And mid-pack's looking spicy, man. You got 2 deep. You got everybody fighting to just get as high into the rankings as they can.
Yeah, this is really interesting stuff. There was Lewis Chatroop was back there, James Houghton on a charge forward. Matt Waldbaum is following in the tire tracks of Eric Catil. Swenson all over the back of Austin Hurdle for 3rd place. Now through turn number 7 on the outside, riding the rim here. This is where Waldbaum's car is probably going to be a little bit more nimble. You see him a little bit ahead in the steering, chasing Catil, but now he washes out wide and Catil gains some ground.
He's able to, if he stays up on his back bumper too, he's going to be able to catch a little bit of the lack of drag that's going to be caused by Catil being in front of him and just giving him that little tunnel of lack of wind resistance.
Yeah,
as well.
the slipstream here, leaving 10B now.
Slipstream, that's the word I was looking for.
Up the back straightaway, battle for 1st and battle for 3rd. Eric Catil in the Hybrid Racing EG has a fierce competitor behind him in Matt Waldbaum. He's going defensive there, running mid-track.
It's the 2 of them right now. Look at that.
2-car tango for the top spot at Midwest. Waldbaum slips just a little bit. 5 minutes to go, Cerise. Just a couple of laps remaining, maybe 3 left in this race. Look at Swenson and Hurdle. They're battling side by side for 3rd place in the background, but Swenson unable to get around that 34. Big gain by Catil.
We've seen a little bit of squirrely action from Waldbaum throughout the day. I think as he comes through a turn, he seems to be slipping out in the rear. That could be heat conditions, that could be tire wear. But either way, he keeps regaining it and continuing to get back on the bumper of Catil. So, I mean, again, hungry drivers out there. This is what it's come down to all weekend.
And by the way, Eric Jensen has dropped off the timing and scoring, so he must have had a problem. Zach Lavoie is off track as well in the 42. We documented his problem, and yeah, dropping out like flies here as we look a little bit deeper in the field at another battle happening. That is Andy Smedegaard in that S2000, taken over from Alex Moss, and right behind him, getting a look at what Corvette this is that potentially Eric Meadows? Didn't get a great look at it there, but Smedegaard jumping back into the mix after being out of the car since Circuit of the Americas back in March.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a little while for him.
Okay.
And Eric Jensen's off at turn 11.
He's planted. He's going to stay there for the remainder of the...
Caution, full course yellow.
Yep.
Well, Eric Catil leads with 4 minutes remaining. This could end this race and put Eric Catil back in victory lane for the first time in a long time.
Oh, that's going to be, honestly, a really fun interview. I'm kind of looking forward to that. But either way, I'm rooting for whoever wins.
This is huge for Eric Catil.
Yeah, it is.
What his family has gone through, what he has gone through, building this car back up from nothing after he crashed his hatchback back at Road America, vying for the championship, trying to beat Jeremy Swenson. Jeremy said after he won that championship, it was a shallow victory because winning is lonely, Cerise, especially when you can't do it with everyone celebrating.
Yep.
And Catil went back to the shop, back to the drawing board, built his dream build. And while it found some success last year, he had not yet won. And here he is now pacing the field. They will collect behind the pace car. Could we get a restart, though? That would be huge.
If Catil wins the series for the year, we need to present him with a jug of lemonade because he really took all the lemons that life threw him this year. And he's like, I'm going to make lemonade.
Let's see what happens here the next couple of minutes. I think the 41, this is, the 184, if they can get him out quickly, we could get a restart, which is not what Eric Catil wants. I'm sure he'd love to win this race under green and have a battle with Matt Waldbaum, but something tells me that Waldbaum is going to be ready for this restart.
There are certain moments where a handout is acceptable.
Yes,
you know,
and this is one of them. I'll take a win any way I can get one.
Take the W where you can. It feels good at the end of the day, even if you know that there are other factors involved. Just take it where you can because there's other events, as we mentioned before. And he can come out here, and him and Waldbaum can go head-to-head again if they want.
There's other events, you said it. We have 3 more Festival Tour events, 4 more GLTC rounds because we have Road America coming up at the end of July. But Cerise, you've seen it this weekend. This event has its own gravitational pull. There are tens of thousands here, a sold-out crowd.
The
that we've never
diversity
seen.
While we're waiting for these guys to just get back out here too. I mean, if you've gotten a chance to catch any of the vibes, either through GRIDLIFE social media or elsewhere, I mean, you have a very diverse group of people that come out to these events because you have festival goers, and that could be people that are just enthusiastic about the music, but then you have people that are involved in motorsports, and when their worlds collide, this is exactly the place for them. I do remember probably about 7 years ago when I heard about GRIDLIFE for the first time, I was like, what do you mean? Festival and driving. That's incredible. So to be a part of this now is really just full circle for me.
minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, remember how we run GLTC. There is not a set time for these races. They are between 12 and 15 minutes. I set the timer at 12 because that's usually when most races come to a conclusion. However, we can extend the race if we have opportunity to clean up a car and dig it out of the gravel like we're doing right now. The safety team doing a great job extracting Eric, and I know he's doing everything he can to get that car off the road to give us a chance at a restart. Now, if the camera folks are listening, I'd love a shot here of the start stand when we come back by. If we see a white flag, this race will end under yellow. If we don't, it means we could get a restart, which is not what Catil wants to see, but the possibility is there. Another car coming in on the hook here is the 871. It's Remus Karosis, who had that incident in the previous race, but car put back together.
I can say now, looking at it up close, the car honestly doesn't look that bad. I am very
Door's closed. That's good.
The door is closed. I mean, obviously, not everybody made it out so unscathed, but let's see what we got here.
So Scott Giles holding the yellow flag at the main start stand. If we do not see the white, it is possible that we can get a restart. No white flag, Cerise.
Okay.
And that means that we will do a little bit of overtime here.
Oh, okay. He's getting worked up now. Ready? Now's the time to shine.
The drivers.
14 seconds here.
The butterflies before the race are amplified times a million right now. I know Eric Catil at times is able to just hunker down and do the job at hand, but you have to wonder, Cerise, looking in the mirror, seeing all these cars behind, looking in the mirror in the last 18 months, what it's been like. And all of that is represented by every other car he's racing behind him right now. And that's the best feeling, but it's a whole lot better when you see that checkered flag. It is metaphorical.
It is very metaphorical, but you know what? Now we're in the moment. We're present at this time.
And why is this such a big deal for Eric Catil? Let's remind everybody that this series doesn't happen in a vacuum. Eric was one of the first drivers to compete here in this series alongside who ended up being one of his best friends, Aaron Lichty. They raced together side by side and established the driver etiquette here in this series, that you're going to race against your friends, and this is a team sport. While you're racing each other on the road, this is not winner take all. I'm going to shove you off the racetrack. There is so much respect between these competitors, and Eric was one of the first drivers that established that precedent. Went on to win a championship in 2020. In 2021, tried to follow it up, came up a couple points short after that crash at Road America, and the community has rallied around him. And one of the things he does, Cerise, is on his Instagram, Eric Catil Racing. He shares progress on his build. He shares all of his knowledge with the world in a very technical manner that people can learn from what he does. And he's a contributor he's a contributor to the community in more ways than just entertainment.
And I think that's a very important point to mention, that yes, you might have your secrets, but no one's going to do it like you. So even if you share, some tips and tricks with the rest of the people that you either follow you or elsewhere, no one's ever going to do it the way you do. So no gatekeeping in motorsports. Let's not do that anymore.
So now, as we work our way through turn number 7, Cerise, my heart rate is climbing because I want to know what flag we're going to get. Yeah, now the next thing we're going to be looking for is on the pace car, the lights, or in this case, it's going to be the hazards on this Lamborghini. If the hazards are shut off and it's just headlights, it means we're restarting this race, at least this lap. If they're still on when we come back by the stripe, we're going to be waiting for a white or checkered flag. But it all comes down to this. And again, thinking of the Indy 500 I was at a couple of weeks ago, the race control gave the drivers the opportunity to restart by red flagging the race, and it was a one-lap shootout, and the leader lost. So hazards are still on the Lamborghini, so we will continue behind the pace car for at least one more lap. Will that lap be our final? Yet to find out. Other notable drivers here in this race while we're waiting to find out what happens for the rest of this event. Catil, Waldbaum, Hurdle, Swenson, and Ronnie Vidoc in the top 5. He has had a heck of a weekend again, up 7 spots to be where he is right now. Gary Wimble up 8 into 11th. Alex Moss is up, Andy Smedegard is up 6. James Houghton runs 20th. As we get the green flag and it's a one-lap shootout. We're racing again at GingerMan Raceway. Here we go into turn 1, and here comes Waldbaum side by side for the lead. Now into turn 2. Catil on defense. Can he hold off? Here comes Austin Hurdle. That is his best friend. Eric Catil's best friend is Austin Hurdle. Can he be a thorn in the side of Matt Waldbaum? He will. Turn 3 now. Side by side for second and for fourth. 2 miles remain in this 2.2 mile lap, Cerise, and it is all for GridLife Midwest glory. It's not going to be a weekend victory for Catil, but it will be a race win if he can cling to it. Walbaum is clear of Austin Hurdle. It's 5 car lengths. Look at Ronnie Vidoc slide by Jeremy Swenson into 4th place. What a climb for the DC Sports Integral. All the way out to the edge of the road, kicks up the dirt, and everybody scatters. Big lunge from Matan Rosenberg on Swenson. That was a huge dive. And for the lead, half a lap remains. Eric Catil and Matt Walbaum dueling here. 5 car lengths between them as the field jockeys for position behind. This is huge for both of these front runners. Austin Hurdle in one of the best positions he's ever been in a GLTC race, but all of it out the windshield as we head to 10B. 2 corners left, and Walbaum is close. Catil has a car length and a half, Cerise. We head up the back straightaway for the final time. Can Eric Catil hang on? He's got a gap.
How many laps are we going to give these guys?
This is it. We're coming back to the checkers.
Okay, now my heart rate's up. Jeez.
Checkered
He's
flag.
doing a good job of maintaining the front position, but Walbaum is really right around him.
Checkered flag out of the final corner. It's going to be a drag race to the start-finish line. Walbaum is coming, but it's not enough. And Eric Catil, after months of heartbreak, he is back in victory lane in GridLife Touring Cup. Eric Catil.
Well done.
In the hybrid racing EG. Glory again for our 2020 champion. That was absolutely unbelievable. Everything that he's been through, his family has been through the last couple of months. It's an emotional moment. You just have to understand how important this is for grassroots racing to have stories like Eric's. And for Matt Walbaum, a fair race to him, a fair race to Austin Hurdle, 2nd, 3rd. Ronnie Vidoc up into 4th place. Matan Rosenberg with an excellent slide up into 5th place. But I don't think the gravity of this situation can be overstated. We've seen great comeback stories in racing, and this has to be one of the best. For those that are just tuning in that we haven't told the story to yet, Eric Catil won the 2020 championship in his hatchback that he purchased and raced in GLTC for a couple of years. In 2021 was vying for the championship. Won race 4 at Midwest Fest in the 2nd to last round, and since then he has not had a victory. Crashed that hatchback at Road America while going for the championship in the rain. Rebuilt this car 6 months later, or built a brand new car 6 months later. Found some success in it and was going to have a flawless season, perhaps. But after Circuit of the Americas driving home, this car ended up on its roof on the side of a Tennessee highway. They dug it out, they rolled it over, and miraculously it was damaged but not destroyed. And a rebound like nothing we've ever seen. Eric Catil is back in victory lane and coming back down to pit lane for what I expect to be one of the greatest interviews. Let's have a quick look at the race results before we go down to Cerise, because this is a gravitational moment. We want to catch it. Eric Catil back on top, Matt Walbaum 2nd, Austin Hurdle 3rd, Ronnie Vidoc 4th, Matan Rosenberg in 5th, then Jeremy Swenson, Luke McGrew, Andrew Rains, Tony Marchev, and Colton Wade. What a great top 10, by the way, for Colton Wade. That was exceptional. Gary Wimble, Joel Morrison, Eddie Nikado, Alex Moss, Lena Chin, a top 15, an exceptional drive for her. Eric Meadows, Carlos Mendez, Louis Chatroop, James Houghton, and Jackson Jensen, the rest of your top 20. What a drive by James to get back inside the top 20 after all of that. Hans Horpendahl, Jake Jornstad, 21st and 22nd. And then down the order, on these next couple of pages, you have to feel for Zach Lavoie, the number 42. He gave all he had in the opening laps of this one. The car broke. He was not able to finish. And what would have happened had he not broke, we don't know. But it's down the order, unfortunately, for the 42 is Zach Lavoie. I do know, though, that he will be carrying a smile, as he always does. One of the greatest drivers to chat with in the paddock. And he'll share this story for years to come about he was so close to grabbing a trophy here. So the drivers coming back in on pit lane. I'm by myself now as Cerise is on pit lane with Eric Catil. We're just waiting for the moment to toss down to her as we await Eric Catil. I'm a great friend of Eric Catil's. It's been an amazing story the last 18 months. Let's head down to Cerise with FC Piero on pit lane with our pit report and hear from Eric.
All right, guys, you just heard it from Kyle and I in the booth. I'm here with Catil. My heart's racing. How the hell are are you feeling? That was drama.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was intense, man. Matt Wabon was on me the whole race,
The
and
entire time.
I was pushing like crazy. I locked up a few times and just trying to keep him behind me. I don't know how I did that because he was on it, but I'm speechless because a few months ago I thought this car was totaled. I didn't expect to ever race this car again, let alone get a fucking win 2 events later. So, oh man.
So the sun is going down here at GingerMan, and I think the sun is going down on your dry spell, dude. I have a good feeling. I'm imagining that race to feel like when you're having a bad dream and you're being chased the whole time. That's kind of like what that was. But Waldbaum did give you a run for your money on that one, really catching the slipstream behind you the whole time.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's been a while since I got a win. I wanted it so bad this race. I thought I could get it. You know, I tried to pick my way through and, you know, look at who's around me, and I thought I had a good chance to do it this race, and I did it. So I'm just ecstatic right now. I'm so happy. Finally get the win in this car. It means the world to me. So I just want to thank everybody. My girl, fiance, Emily, she's here, so thank you so much. And, you know, my dad, who's at home watching, he's not here this weekend, but this one's for them.
You definitely did the damn thing, and that was really, really energizing to watch. So thank you so much, okay? Who do we have? All right, come here, bud. Come on, bud.
Dude, that was fucking sick. Dude, did I hit Zach, or how did he go off?
No, he broke the clutch.
Oh,
His clutch went
I
to the floor.
didn't see him in my mirror, and I was worried that I might have cut him off. I was
No.
so nervous.
Zach lost the clutch.
Dude, good job.
Dude, that was so much fun.
We're going to talk to you for a second because you really did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much, Eric. Congratulations. You were right behind him the entire race. I mean, even when there was a pause, we were saying in the booth, this is his worst nightmare, right? Because you really gave him a run for his money. So how are you feeling right now? Congratulations anyways.
This was awesome. This last race, we were fighting a lot of issues on the car. We had a number of electrical issues. We had ABS faults, tuning issues. We changed out coil packs, a number of things. This is the best the car's felt all weekend. And then putting on a new set of tires really kind of figured things out. But that was so much fun. That's peak GLTC, like door to door, inches off of each other. Like
You should have seen Kyle.
I'm sure Kyle was screaming at jumping up and down.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a live stream of Kyle if we don't have it.
You know the scene from The Mask where his heart pumps out of his chest? It was like that, exactly like that. So you really put on a good show for us. I just want to thank you for being here. The sportsmanship has been incredible, and you guys really, really did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you guys for all the work you guys do to put all this on. And got to say thanks to ASM crew, family, girlfriend, everyone's here to support me. It just makes everything possible. It's not possible without any of them.
I was going to say, you can't do this without your team.
No way. It's been so much fun. Really appreciate it.
All right, well, now you can have a fun time. Just go out and party tonight, okay? Celebrate.
Yeah, have a drink. Everyone should have a drink on all of us.
I like that. All right, guys. End of GLTC. We are here closing out the day. The sun is going down. I'm going to throw it back to you guys. Awesome race. That was freaking sick.
Thanks, Cerise. And freaking sick is probably a great way to describe that. Again, GRIDLIFE is a grassroots racing organization, and you know, I said at the beginning of the weekend that these drivers are not professionals. They do this as a hobby, but they are some of my best friends out there. And it's just unbelievable to follow their stories throughout the year, throughout their careers, doing what they love to do best. And it is a privilege to sit here and watch something like that unfold. So it really is a special moment. You know, I felt the same when Tom O'Gorman won his first race in GLTC after years of racing at the IMSA level. And pro racing is a hard place to stick around. And the stories that you get here, you know, they are just unlike anything else we've ever seen. There are teams of drivers that put together, you know, or teams that put together race cars and go racing. But there are individuals that do it all. And Eric Catil is one of them with support from Hybrid Racing. And I can't thank Eric enough for being a part of the story of GRIDLIFE. And again, if it feels like it's a gravitational moment, it's because it is. And I want everyone to remember these when we have the tough days out there, grassroots racing. You try to avoid the contact, you try to avoid the drama, but at this level, the drivers are racing their heart out every moment. And in front of a crowd that is the largest we've ever seen at GRIDLIFE, a sold-out crowd north of the 17,000 that we had here last year, an unbelievable sight to behold here. If we can get a couple more shots of just the crowd standing by before we sign off for the evening and for the weekend, I'd love that, just for everyone to see how many people are here enjoying this gravitational moment. Here's one last look as Waldbaum climbs back in his car. Here is a packed paddock, and this is what is the epitome of grassroots racing. The largest gathering of grassroots motorsports at a track that, frankly, we've grown up to fill entirely. There's the paddock off to the left, and to the right, Festival Central, packed full of spectators that are going to go watch and listen to some music and entertainment tonight. And many of them don't understand the gravity of what they just saw happen, and some will. but I am thankful to be a part of it. Chris Stewart, Adam Jabay, the co-founders of GRIDLIFE, have made an amazing thing. And if you've never been to a GRIDLIFE, you need to put it on your calendar. Go to grid.life and check out the events calendar. There are 3 festival events remaining this year. Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, of course, our Circuit Legends Festival. Both of those are in August. Of course, Mid-Ohio at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, Circuit Legends at Lime Rock Park. And then, of course, we finish out our season at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Cerise, jumping back in here. Cerise, I want to bring you on one more time here because I was just talking about the gravity of this event, what that all meant. We're signing off here in just a moment, Cerise, but final thoughts on a weekend like no other here. Our Daytona 500 came down to a one-lap shootout, just like the Indy 500 last week, but this time there was no last lap pass. And one of the most deserving drivers in the paddock came away with his first win in over a year and a half.
Let me tell you, when I was just out there was like this collective sigh of relief that was just being exhaled through everybody at the finish line, and just realizing that this was something that had been a long time coming was clear. And having Wabong come up and just, like, as you can see, we've talked about the camaraderie and the friendships, but you see it firsthand. It exists with these men and women. So wholesome.
Exceptional privilege. Cerise, thank you so much for joining me here this weekend. I seriously appreciate you being alongside me. First time in the booth. Of course, it's a lot to learn in one weekend, and you did great. So
you have some
so
big
much.
shoes to stand next to, you know?
Oh, man.
No one
a
can be
blast.
you, but I am very honored, and I hope that everybody at home enjoyed the live stream today. I hope to join you again when the opportunity presents itself. But like we said, I am no Greg Kramer, and Greg Kramer will be back to join us for the other GLTC and so on events. So I'm happy to be here. This was such a fun weekend for me.
Thank you so much. Before we sign off, we have to just thank a handful of people that make this all possible. I mentioned the volunteers at GRIDLIFE, the volunteers on track staff. I want to. We got drift starting. They just told me, so I got to get this over with before we lose our chance to speak. But yes. I want to thank the track staff. I want to thank the GRIDLIFE staff that is here, and also the volunteers that make it happen, and then the stream team, guys. This does not happen without their time and energy and investment. This is the best we've ever covered this racetrack, and it's an unbelievable amount of effort to go in a day and a half to put this together. So huge thanks to Matt Johnson, the specialty field team, Eric Boyer behind the scenes, all the camera ops that are out there in the hot sun all day, laying the fiber, going to go pack this up in hours tonight and be out of here, but huge thanks to them. And 3 more to do this season. What a privilege.
Yes.
Big thanks also to all the corner workers, track marshals, and the track safety team that keep us all safe. We'll see you at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course when August rolls around. I'm Kyle Heyer with Cerise from FC Piero. We'll see you then.
Born on the track, bred on the mountains, raised on the podium, ready for anything and everything. Falcon Tires. Race tested, road ready. Learn more about our entire line at falcontire.com.
Owning a car can be expensive. It can also be confusing. What? And when things don't go right, there's no doubt it could be frustrating. But it can also be a lot of fun. And for those reasons, FC Piero exists. Check this out. Do you and your car a favor and head over to fcpiero.com to learn more.
Did you energize yet today? Time to nos up. Get after it.
Hi, I'm Chris Forsberg, and when it comes to classics and high-performance cars, I only trust America's #1 racing oil, Valvoline VR1. It's built on Valvoline's long legacy in racing. so I can continue to build my own. With 2 times more zinc than the industry standard, VR1's high-performance formula is tested on the track and trusted on the road to ensure your engine is protected from metal-to-metal contact. And I use it so much, I haven't got my car on the bottle. That's why whether I'm racing or cruising, I protect everything I drive with Valvoline. Trusted for over 150 years.